Starter. Good morning, friends. Welcome to the second day of the Tolani National Masters Open Championship. Today, by lunchtime, we will know the qualifiers for the knockouts. The National Masters will play the quarterfinals, whereas the Tolani Masters will play the pre-quarterfinals. We wish everyone all the best, and we have some more interesting interviews lined up for you. Take care. Enjoy yourself.
That way it helps a lot, which was not there past 20 years back. 20 years back we used to have only this type of technology in the world championships. So this has been brought down to India, and now it has been there in more or less 90% of our cities. So there is a vast transformation which has taken place with the help of all these technologies, and obviously we can see the difference by the results what they are getting now. So that way, technology has been a very significant role in all our, which you can say enhancement and for the operation of the game also. So everywhere technology helps, and you're also in bridge. You can see the technology has helped a lot.
So 20 years back, you did not have online bridge. Getting people
Yeah.
practice together involved people coming to the same city. As online bridge started, you could practice online. In COVID, what happened was that everyone was home. So we actually, Srini, myself, and a few others, actually used to conduct major nationwide tournaments. So everyone got to play against the best people in the country on a weekly basis.
Wow.
The fact that you're playing,
Otherwise, which would not have been
it is
possible.
not physically possible because you have to travel, you've got homes and families. So that itself improved not only India, I guess every country's bridge one hell of a lot because you had nothing better to do and you were playing against strong opposition all the time. So the
So it
standard
helped
of
improve the standard of the game.
you play against tougher people,
Yeah.
you this thing. So
So he introduced you as a possibly the only tech guy in this team.
no, he's not the only tech guy. He's the
But
best
the
tech guy.
best tech
Best
guy.
by far
I would
in
not-
India.
I would not-
How many people make these things happen?
See, if you really ask that all technologies require back-end support plus online or platform support. So right now we have been training a lot of candidates who know bridge, because need to know the nuances of the game also to operate all the softwares and everything. So it's an ongoing process, and we have been looking at every development in like we have the live transmission going right now in all the tables there. Similarly, the scoring live transmission is going from here. So we have been trying to update everywhere, and it requires a lot of infrastructure and manpower both ways. So our federation has done a good work since last, you can say 5 to 10 years. That is, it has been increasing its logistics to make sure that we have the right infrastructure for all these tournaments. And yeah, that's the process is going on. So we are looking forward towards more enterprising rich players who may take up this task and not play the game. Like I have been sacrificing this, not playing here and doing
Srini
this
is
work.
among the top players in the country.
My next question, and possibly the last one, is that this is your full-time job, is it?
No,
Or
I am a
this is your
chartered
passion?
accountant. So
Okay.
so I've been doing this just because I mean the federation. When I joined playing this federation as a player, that time I was getting frustrated with no data available to me. So that led me to the thought process that what is needed to make sure that if I am getting frustrated as a player, there are 1,000 players who may face the same feeling. So that led me to the same thought that okay, let me try to look forward to the sources where we can develop our federation.
Okay.
And in fact that led me to the other side of the chair, and finally I couldn't be on the, as a player anymore. So it's a, in fact it has a lot of positive aspect, and that is what means it's not a means I am not fully committed, but I do help the federation in various ways nowadays. So
But
for that
every minute,
reason-
every hour spent here is
Yeah.
in a way compromising your main
yeah,
job.
that is true. So I'm attending mostly
Your
the big
passion.
level tournaments only.
Okay.
And as I said that we have been trying to develop more centers to
Sometimes he helps me handle scoring of smaller tournaments.
Yeah, means I want that this has to be a common feature with at least the major states they are having bridge programs, but they are unable to use this type of technology. So yeah, our efforts are going on. So let's see, tomorrow we may find me at the tables more than the scoring desk.
And we'll be looking much more happier then.
Of course, of course. If I really intend the result, what I need to see.
Fine.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot, Srini. Thanks,
Thanks,
Anu.
thank you for your time.
Must have
1 second. So we have here with us Pradeep Kulkarni, who's the outgoing secretary of the Bridge Federation of India, with Anup from the Times of India. All yours, Anup.
Well, Mr. Kulkarni, this is something which has come out of the blue, so I'll start from something very basic. What is it that you value the most as the secretary of BFI? What is it that you value as your work?
Yeah, serving for the fraternity, serving for the bridge community, trying to make it more popularized so that more and more youngsters will pick up that's an effort.
Right. So, like you have been a secretary for like how many years now?
About three and a half years.
3.5 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So how have you seen the game when it comes to popularity? How have you
Not
seen
much.
the game change over the last 3.5 years?
Game and the conduction of the game and the venue and other things we have improved upon, and the way we are conducting the national tournaments now. But unfortunately, the promotion part or the newcomers part is we have not achieved the targets.
Okay. So possibly you were the secretary when COVID was at its peak?
Soon after COVID.
Soon after COVID. Okay, yes. Now really COVID is a thing of the past now.
Yeah.
So you must have had something like to carry forward. I've heard that the game really picked up post-COVID or during COVID. The standard of the game improved.
No, during COVID, online it picked up. But again, back to this face to face. Yeah, I mean we are struggling. It is in that, but we are in the right direction.
Right. So are things coming back to what it was pre-COVID, or it's in a different phase? Bridge is in a different phase now.
No, we have even among the senior attendants, we have not yet reached the pre-COVID levels. We are just about 60% of whatever is the pre-COVID levels. We hope to achieve that, and then more than that is the target to get new players and more younger players to come.
Can you elaborate a little more on why only 60%? What has happened? More for his information.
Yeah, probably as it is, our average age is about 60 plus of the players, and post-COVID people may not be traveling as much. And then during the COVID period, the couple of years, that online game also picked up. So some of them may have found a comfort in playing from the house instead of traveling, especially in the cities like Delhi, Bangalore. If you have to travel an hour to come and play bridge for about 2-3 hours,
Right.
that traveling itself will take a lot of time and energy and things. That probably is one of the reasons. And then before COVID, the players were not exposed to so much of an internet bridge or online bridge. So, yeah, we have to overcome that. And,
So online bridge, you see it as a rival.
not really. That also has come down, not like during the COVID. During the COVID, we had no choice. People had no choice but to play online from the house. But now some of them are coming back. As I mentioned, 60% of the people are back to playing and traveling. And
So there are 3 or 4 things. The first thing that has happened is that old age, everyone's life is limited. We've lost a lot of stalwart players in the last 5 or 6 years, and that many people are simply not coming in. The rest of us are growing older. Our children are not allowing us to travel. We are also scared of falling on our face or something like that. Okay, so those issues are there. Then the fun of live bridge is something else. You get to meet people, you get to talk to them.
The interaction part of it.
Yes, But having said that, some people are saying I've talked to the same people for 40 years. Yeah, why
There's nothing more to talk
so,
about.
no, these things keep. As I was talking to you, world is changing, and
Yeah.
bridge has to move with the times and make it more attractive.
One question which, as a secretary, and you're still the secretary, right?
Yeah.
Youngsters need to come in the game, right? We all agree on that. Are there enough coaches to bring them? That is one. Do they have the motivation to play the game? What is the motivation for youngsters to play the game?
There is nothing that we could prove, even though we got some medals in the Asian Games, and which was put up all over, and then even in the World Championship we got a runners-up medal. It's not enough. See, one in the major portions of India, playing card is a taboo, and this is a game which keeps your mental. I mean, you will easily be drawn into it, thinking. So no parent would like to risk their child student career in learning bridge. Or with chess also has the same thing, but I don't know. People find it chess is maybe better because the taboos attached with the cards, and then more often more people see cards being played with the money and all. So even though the game is totally different from what people perceive, but that's one of the handicaps. Even when we approach schools, lot of things. It's slightly changing. We hope in the next coming few years that we should be, because in Europe, most of the European countries have introduced bridge at the class standard of 4 and 5 as a part of the curriculum, because it has lot of advantages. It teaches you reasoning, calculation, math, everything is learnt which is applicable in a normal way of life.
So this taboo thing, I've been listening for some time now. I've spoken to a lot of people here. Let me give you a free advice as a media person who spent this like 22 years in this field. If bridge is such an quintessential part of the syllabus, as Shri was saying, in US in particular, it's part of almost every syllabus now. That's what he said.
Started.
Okay, so we have Sandeep with us. No introduction needed, but I'm here today to ask him about plans for HCL 24. I think the dates are out, but venue was
Venue is, we are working on venue. It is most likely to be the same venue as last year.
okay.
So the plan going forward for HCL is, I'm sure you are aware that it is now the biggest prize money event in the world.
In the world, huh? Wow.
But the plan is to make it the most coveted event in the world. Right now there are still some events that people prefer to do. Say for example NABCs. We want to get to the status where everyone wants to come and participate in HCL. And so with every year, obviously the participation, quality of participation as well as the prize money and the hospitality will keep on improving. So this year, as you're aware, we are holding a next event, the start of the event. So it's now going to be 10-day affair instead of
Oh my
Silver
God.
third session started
And this is a WPF Cat 2 event.
5:45.
HCL.
Now team leg, please go first and come back.
So HCL main
You have to play one session quarter final.
is part of World Bridge
Tolani silver.
category B event.
Okay.
So which is the highest rated event outside the WBF organizations.
Okay. So what will it take to make this a more attractive event? You have prize money, but you've done everything that prize money could offer.
There is an issue about the distance from North America especially. So it is not very easy for participants from North America to come and participate.
Okay.
So we need to look at more closely at European participation, which has obviously been going up little by little every year.
Okay.
This year rates are better. There is no clash with any major European events. So we are inviting more people. We do offer some assistance in terms of accommodation, etc. to foreign teams if they are coming in India. Hopefully that makes it effective. Then the Pro-Am event, where we sort of give them an opportunity not only win another purse, but also guaranteed fee. So that to quite an extent defrays the travel expenses. So that makes it more effective for students to participate. And then through some channels that we have, the HCL is also sponsoring some other events.
Yes, I noticed the Australian World Cup tip.
No, not only that. I mean, even within India, I feel so that the South Zone was sponsored.
Correct. Yes, that was a very good move by
And they are, investing more and more, and we will see at least 2 or 3 more events being sponsored by HCL. So they are now looking more at helping out at the ground level. So smaller events, state events, maybe even local events, which do not happen now because of the small amount of money and the HCL will be promoting that. And then once, I know it's been delayed a lot, but once the HCL playing platform comes in, that would, in one of the, we hope to launch it pretty soon. Once that happens, we will run events through the year where the winners get to participate in HCL for free or with some.
I was wondering, coming back on the event, the other question I had for you is, a few years ago you had done the bronze event. Is there any plan to revive it?
Looking at the participation that we got, unfortunately, one of the things that people were interested in, the people who are well qualified to play silver, even having earned a position in the earlier versions, want to play bronze because of the attraction of money. That was not the idea behind the bronze. The idea behind the bronze event was to promote absolute beginners, especially juniors, which we are not seeing. If we see junior participation, we are happy to conduct an event, even if it is separately from main event. But we need to see juniors. Right? That is part of the idea behind that event was development of juniors, getting them attracted, or getting some new people who are just starting to play. Give them a platform, give them an opportunity to interact with other players and watch what's going on, and sort of get attracted to the game. That's not happening.
Yeah. I mean, likewise in silver, there was some a few years back to restrict the category to national masters only rather than life master, etc.
One of the issues that we have seen is essentially like if there are teams that work with a coach,
Okay.
and that coach wants to play with the team,
Okay.
then we don't want to restrict that because obviously we expect that a team that is undergoing training with someone will benefit from his analysis of the game. So we don't really want to restrict it to national master, but we do want to say that it will be only one national master.
No, that was a good move because.
And another thing that I have been proposing, we still need to find a solution, is that anybody who finishes the top 3 ranks and still silver will not be allowed to participate in silver. But
that will be
so
another.
we say that you are now good enough to play gold.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so-
But I mean, having played in both silver and gold, not too badly in either, there is a sense, okay, and this is purely personal, that in the gold, I have no chance of doing anything.
So if that is the issue, we can sort of add some prizes where a team consisting entirely of non-masters or maybe one master, a best performing team with that sort of credentials, even if it is outside of 16. We offer them you will find a way that they will offer
Yeah, I
a
mean,
prize.
something like this would be really
We
interesting.
can even offer more than one in order to get people. So they know even if they're playing in gold and playing against good opponents and whatever, they still have a chance to win a substantial prize. We do that. That way, the Silk Corporation as well as Kiran is open to ideas, and their support has been tremendous. They've never said no to any fresh idea. So that's very encouraging. It's not like we don't even have to think about whether. I mean, if it sounds good for bridge and for the tournament, we are happy.
That is Kiran has been a tremendous sponsor.
Tremendous support. And even HCL Corporation, we hope going forward, Roshni will continue to support bridge in any other way Kiran has been.
So we have with us today Anal Shah. Anal Shah is the non-playing captain of the Mavericks, one of the most explosive teams to hit the Indian bridge scene over the last couple of years. But Anal, what I'm going to ask you about is the other initiative of Subodh, the Maverick Prodigy team, which was started with Preetham, Anshul, Joyroop, Piyush Sabesal.
Sadhu Khan.
So, what I'm seeing now is there a constant kernel to this team apart from Joyrup and Preetham? I'm not seeing anyone. Are there any plans to make it a more?
See, there are plans to get 3 fixed partnerships. Otherwise, it cannot work in any team. As of now, they have settled down into 2 partnerships. They are
Which are the
currently he and Soumya,
Okay.
Preetham and Soumya, and Joyrup and Nahi. Who are the
My partner is different from different
partner
tournament.
कौन है?
You
Mithun.
You don't have a fixed partner.
No.
Okay, so Preetham needs a partner and Joyrup and Sabyasachi. Okay,
Right.
so
So there's a bit of a flux. They need to establish.
and are you aware if Anshul comes in whenever he's available or
I think he'll come only when he's available. He's not committed because of his.
Oh, well, he's a
other-
young kid.
Young
I
kid.
mean,
He's got lots to do in life.
He's got
Yeah.
lots to do in life. And okay, let me ask you, how's Mavericks has been doing well, but do you think they should be doing better?
The Prodigies? No, the other Mavericks. Yeah. See, they have been having a good run. They've won 2 or 3 tournaments, come runners up. And if you see the last year's record, they've done reasonably well, except barring one HCL where they had a very bad performance. They're
Yeah.
working. We are all working very hard, and you will see that in about 8 or 10 tournaments in the year, we will be there in the finals. I expect them to be in the finals.
Yes, they also had a very good international outing in
They had a
Iceland.
fantastic outing in Iceland, in Reykjavik, where they played very well, and nobody expected them to finish second in that elite field. We were all very thrilled with that performance, and I hope that motivates them to do better and better. The team is settling down. It's been a year since the team has been formed, and we all are working very hard, trying to improve our weaknesses for
Okay.
each partnership, and that's
Okay.
the way forward.
Okay.
It will be the number 1 team in India. It's already on there.
Yes, already 1.5. If
Yeah,
not,
in fact, we have been for this thing for just to get what I'm saying into scale. Earlier, Formidables was the number 1 team. They are still reasonably good. Let's say we are the top 2 team, but in the last 4 or 5 outings, we have had the better of them. So slowly, I think we are getting out of the groove, and we had the monkey on our back that we are always losing to Formidables.
Okay.
That part has sort of vanished.
okay.
So Formidables and us will be the best teams I expect during this year.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Thanks, Opie.
Thank you so much.